Hello everyone, welcome to Snyder Salvage. Today I'm going to be replacing brakes on my 2004 Hyundai Accent, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to talk a little bit about why I'm starting the channel. All right, everyone, let's do a quick tool rundown. Got my two purses. I've got my brake caliper compression kit. You can rent these from any auto parts store, or you could just buy this one. It's like 25 bucks on Amazon. I can link in the description. I've got my impact gun, impact socket. You can substitute that for any old socket set. The impact gun just makes it easier. And then I've got my jack stands, PB blaster, and my two brake caliper hangers. And then obviously my rotors and pads. All right, let's get started. All right, first thing I do before getting started on front brake jobs is I usually get in the cab and make sure my parking brake is engaged just as an extra safety measure. I don't want the car rolling backwards while I'm lifting it up. Now I got to jack the car up in the air. So I'll get my jack under there. Yeah, we can start raising it. Whenever you're lifting a vehicle, you want to make sure that you're getting the jack on something solid. You don't want to put it on like a piece of plastic and crush something under there. Thankfully for this car, they put a pinch weld running all the way down, which, I mean, they probably expected it to be in the air a lot. This thing's kind of a piece of junk, but we'll get this thing lifted just enough to where this front tire can spin freely. I will say this is one of those times where a fellow wish he had a bigger garage. Not a whole lot of room to work with, but you probably can't see it on the camera. The wheel can move now. You can see daylight under it. So I'll set up this jack stand and get a locking pin in it, and then we can get started with pulling this wheel. As we're just going to repeat the process and do the same on this side. As I said before, I really wish I had a bigger garage because, maybe in the future, but it's not so fun working in this little area, but we'll get it done. All right. We'll just get this side up in the air, and then we can start getting to work. All right. I got the jack stand placed under this side. Two quick things to note that I usually do when lifting cars in the air. First of all, I leave the jack under there. So, worst comes to worst, somebody can, lift it up and pull what's left of me out of there. And second of all, give it a quick push. Make sure this thing's not going to fall on me, probably. But yeah, those are two things I always try to do when getting a vehicle up in the air, just extra insurance. This car just has 4 21mm lug nuts, so I'm just going to zip those off real quick, and I'm going to get this wheel out of my way. Hopefully this isn't too loud on the mic. I've never used these before. More power. All right, let's get this out of the way and look at what we're working with. I haven't actually seen these rotors or pads. I bought this car a couple months ago, and ever since I bought it, it's been making a "I don't want to stop you anymore" sound. So, I mean, rotors and pads for this car were like 60 bucks. It's worth the peace of mind to know that I'm going to be able to, do the whole stopping thing. All right, guys, this is what we're looking like in here. You can see, the rotors have a little bit of life left maybe, but they got some pretty deep gouges. You can see some corrosion. I know at least this front right one is warped or something because the car used to pull to the right. I don't know if you can see in there, but I'm not guessing we have too much left on that pad. But let's get everything open and take a look. Before we get started, I'm going to get some PB blaster working on these bolts. Hopefully the camera will pick up well for y'all. Might have to get a different video angle. Oh, we can see it. Get it? Yeah. All right. We're going to let that sit for a minute or two. And then y'all see me here in a minute trying to take those out with the impact. Let's see if we can't get these bad boys removed. Might take a minute. These kind of look rusted in there. All right. Okay. Let's try not to round that off. All right. Got one of them out. That worked pretty easy, fellas. Which means that the next one is probably not. But let's feel. All right. Should be good and situated. I'm not making this look easy. Jeez Louise. Okay. Should be the other one right there. All right. As rusted as this thing was, it was kind of eager to come off. All right. Let me pull this off. Yuck. All right. Whenever we disconnect this, I'll bring you guys in here in a second. But you want to use this, or I don't know, a zip tie or whatever you can get your mitts on, and you want to hang this up. You don't want to put any extra tension on that brake line and cause a rip or whatever, because then you're going to be having a not fun time. Let me find somewhere I can hang this up. Sure, that looks terrible. Perfect. I'll hang it on the other brake line, which is a genius idea. All right, as you can see, caliper's off, and I mean, you fellas won't believe this, but look at that. No pressure at all. Ooh, this would be a good time to mention. So, usually, cars will have some sort of set screw here for the calipers, or the rotors, just to keep them on. And a lot of the time, you can see this area gets rusted, so screws will be rusted in real bad. And that is why I had the purses at the beginning of the video. I'll grab my hammer and a punch, and I'll punch the head of the screw real hard a couple times, and usually that loosens them up enough on the inside to screw them out. Let's get this rotor out of the way. Maybe. All right. Yeah. Man, these things are rusted. I don't know if the video's picking it up all that well, but you can see all that pitting on this rotor. It's probably from this guy letting this car sit forever and something leaking onto it or something. But spins freely. All right. Man, this thing has the shortest little brake hose ever. Let's get these pads out of here. Maybe. These pads actually look surprisingly good. I mean, they're rotting apart, but they look a lot better than I was expecting them to, honestly. I mean, regardless, I already got the new parts, and they're only like $60, but still. All right. Well, just. All right. Got the other one out now. All right. Now, probably going to hook up my brake compression tool, and we can compress that piston and then get new pads in here. Oh, where did I put it? Well, just give me a minute. All right. Yeah, now that we got everything out of the way, I need to pull this bolt right here, if you can see it, so I can flip this top end of the caliper out of the way and get these pads replaced. All right. This should be able to pivot out of the way now. Fantastic. All right. Get this little clip out of the way. All right. Now that we got that set up, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to compress this caliper piston. And I'll try my best to get a video of what that kind of looks like. But whenever you get one of these tools, it's pretty simple. The kit that I had ordered said that it came with new hardware, and a fella is not seeing any, to be honest with you. I mean, it's got this, but usually comes with new retaining clips. I'm not going to stress too much about it. So let's open this up. Put these back where I found them, maybe. Well, how did you go? I keep forgetting I could just take this apart. Make my life a lot easier. I'm doing this all backwards. All right. Easy peasy. That was a little loosey-goosey, but, you know, we'll just do the right thing and ignore it. All right. I'm going to be honest. I'm having a hard time getting a good camera angle for you guys to look at me trying to compress this caliper. So eventually I need to buy one of those camera hats or something. But for the time being, I'll just take a minute, set this up, and kind of talk about the reason I'm starting the channel, like I said I was going to. So for quite a while now, I've been doing free vehicle maintenance for friends, neighbors, family, whoever. And it's just something I kind of enjoy doing. But I figured, you know, if I was already out here doing all this maintenance, I might as well be filming it and posting it. Maybe can make some more money and help some more people out. Eventually, I'd like to get to a point where I can run full-time maintenance for free for people, because, I mean, I like helping, first of all, but, you know, a lot of people out there are in tough situations, and vehicles are not, not everyone's strong suit, so I feel like it'd be really cool if I could eventually get to that point, but obviously got a lot of growing to do. So, you know, whatever advice you guys got, filming advice especially, you know, vehicle, video advice, whatever, just let me know in the comments. I'm new to all this, obviously not very tech savvy, so whatever help you guys online have would be much, much appreciated. It's kind of being stubborn, but it is pretty rusty, as I was showing you all earlier. So, and nothing. I might have to put this little bolt back in to get the actual contraption to hold. One thing to note is, if you guys are ever doing this yourselves, make sure to compress the piston slowly. Puts a lot of stress on these things when you're forcing fluid back through the system. The last thing you want to do is put too much pressure and it can't make its way out, and, you know, you'll rupture a line or something, because doing that and bleeding brakes and all that is not the most fun thing in the world. Yeah. Probably need to take off my watch. I feel like I'm smacking it on everything. Oh, good Lord. You compressed yet? Maybe. I'll give it like, I don't know, 100 more spins for good luck or something. All right, guys. I feel like that is definitely bottomed out now. I cannot turn it anymore, which is exactly where I want it to be. So let's get this tool out of here. We can throw our new pads in. Damn it! I got the pads back in. I got the caliper hung back up, and now I have to put the new rotor on. I threw on some gloves because my hands were all dirty. I don't want to get that all over the mating surface of this, but I mean, the installation for this is super simple. Just throw it on, make sure your studs line up. You can't really mess it up. And then I'm going to grab the caliper. And assuming these pads will stay in the same position for like 7 seconds, I should be able to throw this back on. Okay. Ow. You son of a gun. All right, take two. Maybe. There we go. Man, those pads, that little retaining clip is all blown out, and those pads did not want to stay in. But I got it all lined up now. Try to get this bolt lined up, get all this reinstalled, and then we can repeat the process on the other side real quick.
Sit right there.
I don't know why your superheroes are right there. They playing?
No, yeah, I'm playing.
Yeah, you're playing.
Yeah, I'm playing now. Dad.
What?
I found a rock. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, I'll see it. Whoa.
Yeah, I found that big.
Yeah, you gonna go find a bigger rock?
This is a big rock.
No, I bet there's a bigger rock out there. Go find it.
I already got a big rock. It's a giant big rock. Hey, Dad.
What?
It's a giant big rock.
Why don't you go find the giant bigger rock?
I just found the giant big rock. I just found it. This is how muddy. I'm going to show my mom when he gets back from home.
That's a job done. I won't say well done, but done. There's no real big issues. Let me pull this off. Maybe it'll be better. If you guys have Any advice for filming, editing, any videos you want to see, just let me know in the comments. All right. Thank you.